Let's get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. And today, man, one of my little young up and coming YouTube partners, he asked me about something interesting. He asked me what were my practice habits, and so. For me, like practice habits, I mean, I go through a whole bunch of I try to simulate like game situations as much as I can. And so a lot of them, it's like me just making certain throws, versus blitz setups or versus pressure, or just trying to put a certain route combination together and then learning how to throw the ball, at certain times and all that stuff. And so for me, that's kind of how I get the mechanics right. I don't know if he really meant like the discovery part of it, like how do I discover a lot of this stuff. Like I said, that goes back a long time, but it's a lot of reps in practice mode. And then I might have one day where I might practice for 2, 3, 4 hours or whatever, and then I may play at night. I get on at night and then I play games and I do all that stuff in between, like sessions and other stuff that's going on in my life. But yeah, so it's a lot of practice reps. And so for me, it brings the timing. Like on routes like that, you got to know like that angle to make that throw. And so I sit in practice mode and I make that throw like I don't know how many times, and then in games it just becomes like natural. When you see that step, you got to know, what I'm saying, like especially using revamp, what trajectory to let the ball go. Even when throwing like the RPOs and stuff, you have to know, like you have to squeeze the left trigger, you know what I'm saying, to make your throws with RPOs, and it'll make your RPOs way more effective, especially if you're using revamp for you placement and accuracy guys. Yeah, I don't know. Same thing like on that juke right there. You gotta squeeze L2 before you juke. It's like this L2 juke, L2 and then make your juke move. If you squeeze L2 slightly before you juke, then it'll make your jukes way more effective and precise. But all that stuff is practice mode stuff. And so like what I tell my clients is like you have to build that muscle memory. You have to do it so many times that you don't think about doing it. And if you perfect it, once you start to, let me say that right. You'll perfect it as you stop thinking about it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And so it's like it just has to become habit. And so you know what I'm saying? And then you just practice, you build your scheme around your mechanics. You know if that makes sense. Like stuff that you do well. You really good at running the ball. You're very elusive. That means you can get the ball in the flats and you can do some damage in the flats because you're gonna make that first guy miss. And so I win a lot of games on stuff like that. Just being able to simply get the ball out to guys in space, and then using the mechanics to make people miss, and then maybe break a tackle or two here and there, and then those little 3 yard completions become big plays. You know what I'm saying? And even in this sense, it becomes a big play because the user, to a certain degree, the defensive user, or the person who's on defense rather, if you start to come out and you start to hit them with drag routes, but your drag routes are picking up a fair amount of yards. They're not just the normal drag routes. And if anybody who's played somebody who really knows how to throw, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you give them that one little inch, that guy's going to catch it, and the guy behind him is not going to tackle him. He's going to catch it, and he's going to keep running. And so once you start to play people like that, then you'll you know what I'm saying? You'll really have a newfound respect for the mechanics, because it's like that's what's making that person excel. It's not that they're running like the greatest route combos on earth. They're just very proficient in the routes that they do run. You know what I'm saying? And so when I get in practice mode, it's like, all right, I may just pick a play and go, all right, let me test this corner route out, you know, from this position, or I may motion a guy or whatever. And then I'll just start making throws. But if you notice, you see the blitz coming. And so I try to do this stuff under, again, as much as I can simulate like game conditions. But I mean, I know it's impossible in practice mode, but you know, at least some of the pressure can be there. And so I just start to learn that, okay, wow, if I know I'm one-on-one, I'm going against a zero blitz. If I put this ball up in the air, now I know once I click on, if that guy doesn't click on to, you know, to that AI defender, oh man, I'm going to abuse the AI defender. And so a lot of this stuff is learning the timing and learning how to abuse the AI defender, or abuse the AI, as we all do in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whether we're learning a blitz or, you know, trying to get pressure and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, once you learn the routes and the timing and the throws, again, it becomes muscle memory. It's like I don't have to think about it to make the throw. A lot of the stuff I do, I'll be dead honest with y'all, when it happens, I go, wow. It catches me off guard too, because I'm like, man, I wasn't exactly trying to do that, but it just comes off that way because the mechanics are good and the timing is good. It's like a catch like this, you know how difficult that is to pull off right there with the guy breathing down your neck, especially as Jesse Bates, and he's breathing down your neck, but understanding that once I get to a certain point, I want to go into the animation. You see, I clicked on early. You see me give him that little bump, and that's just holding L2 to slow him up and slow myself up. And by slowing myself up, because he's directly behind me, it's going to slow the defender up. And then when it's time to go for the ball, I can reaccelerate. Yeah. That looks like a great throw. That's actually more about the catch than it is the throw. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like the ball is thrown in a spot. But watch when I click on, I'm actually gonna take him and I'm gonna pull him upward. And it's so subtle that you might not be able to see it, but it's like as soon as I click on, I just pull him up, streak right through the zone. If I had just let him go flat and straight like that, one of those underneath defenders probably would have made a play on the ball. And so it's just little stuff. You have to understand how to run off defenders. You know, like I said, the swerve now is the swerve is so minuscule. It's almost like you don't even see it, and it happens on this play right here. This is you're gonna see me swerve just a little bit, maybe, but it's like when the ball's thrown to a spot, and I'm gonna go up and come right back down, and it's like, yeah, you have to create the animation for the situation. Yeah, I know y'all like, Coach, what the hell are you talking about? Anyway, man, it's your boy Coach. I'm out.